Summer's here and we've been talking about stocking up and being ready for the season so you can use all the delicious things that are out there right now for the season and be ready for it when you get home with all the good stuff. So far, we've talked about your freezer, your pantry. And what is it today, KK?
We're talking about your refrigerator.
Yes. Which is like dairy heaven, I feel.
Primarily.
Right?
Primarily, yeah. That's primarily what it is.
So in my house, the number one thing that I always need to have, and when I don't have, I get really fucking pissed off, is butter.
I don't use butter except unless I'm baking. I'm actually not like a big, let me butter toast or bagel or bread or things like that.
I need spreadable butter for breads. I definitely have spreadable butters, but sticks of butter, I use it for cooking my rice. I love butter instead of oil.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And I definitely use it for baking, but mostly just for baking. Baking and rice, that's it. But I need to have at least 2 packs of butter, like just there.
So, I had mentioned in one of the previous episodes that when you're at the grocery store and just pick up something, that is something I always pick up and put in my cart, even if I don't have butter in the house. I mean, I don't know how many sticks I have left. And I'm going to say this. I have said this before, and this is an unpopular opinion to many cooks. I do not purchase Kerrygold butter or anything really expensive like that unless the dish where the butter is the prime component. If you are baking and you're making a shortbread where the butter is the actual flavor, or you're making, I don't know what the fuck else you're going to be making, where butter is the prime component.
Right.
But if you are baking, I swear I buy usually the store brand unsalted butter. Even then, if they're out of unsalted butter, I don't care. I'll just buy salted butter too. But I prefer unsalted, but I'll buy salted if I have to. But so when you go purchase butter, in my opinion, unless you're making something where the butter is the prime thing, do not spend $5, $6, $7, $8 on that one stick of specialty butter. I know everybody is pushing, I use Kerrygold butter. Yeah, let me tell you, there's a lot better butters out there, by the way, than Kerrygold butter. Okay, there's a lot better. But when it comes to storage in your refrigerator, just fucking get your regular brand butter you get.
2 thoughts on butter. First one is I never buy unsalted. I only buy salted. Personally, I think it makes no difference, and it's much more useful in my kitchen when I have salted butter. Second thing is, like Kerrygold is embroiled in like a huge lawsuit because they have forever chemicals in all of their packaging and making it not pure as they claim. So that just goes to show that just because you spend $6 on something, it doesn't mean it's worthy of your money.
Right.
So don't fuck around and find out. Just buy butter that is inexpensive because it will do the same thing. Of course, like you said, unless you're going to be putting it on like a delicious baguette. Like I'll spend more money on my spreadable butter for bread because I'm eating it like straight up, no filter butter.
Right.
But for baking, you buy the stick from Publix or wherever the fuck and you'll be just fine.
Right. And yeah, you're right. If you have a really nice bread and you want really nice butter on it and you're going to slice the butter like a piece of cheese and that's how you're going to eat it, then yeah, there are some really, really much better butters out there that you are going to spend quite a bit of money on.
And it's worth it.
But it is worth it. But when it comes to, I'm baking a batch of cookies, no, just use the regular butter. You're going to be fine.
All right. So we feel very strongly about butter, I think.
Yes.
And then we can talk about his cousin, cream. Cream is super useful and it's kind of expensive.
It is.
But I find that when I have it in my fridge, first, it lasts a long time, which is pretty amazing considering that it's not cheap. You can buy like a quart of it and it's like $6, $7. And in my book, that's not cheap. That's pretty expensive.
It is.
But I will buy it in the little half pint or whatever the fuck size, the smaller, the half quart, or I don't know what they're called. And I've been having that continually in my fridge. And I find that if I'm making chicken and I want to make a cute little sauce, I pour it in. If I'm whipping up something like like a dessert or whatever, and I want to add a little touch of something like fluffy, I'll whip it up and I'll make it. I'll add it to like the other day, what were we making that added cream to? Oh, brownies. Like if I need some kind of heavy dairy, I'll use it in my brownies. Like, and it will last 2 weeks in your fridge, easy peasy opened.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to invest in because you will find uses for it, even though it's a little bit higher price than milk. Say milk is like dirt cheap. It's like what, $2 half gallon.
I don't buy milk. I wouldn't know, but I do buy cream.
I buy milk because I like to make pancakes and I like to make mashed potatoes. Like I do use milk, but I don't drink it straight. And neither do my kids, never have. They're both breastfed babies and they don't give a shit about milk.
Right. Let's go to cheeses.
All right. So like, honestly, for me, for cheese, I will keep your arch nemesis Parmesan in a bottle.
Fucking hate that. The green bottle.
I know you hate it.
I hate that shit. It's not real Parmesan, just let you know.
That's your nemesis but I love that shit. I use it continuously and I will put it in fancy things because I don't give a fuck what Eric thinks about my Parmesan cheese in the bottle.
Listen, I know I have a thing with butter. It is not my fault. You have really fucking poor taste sometimes, Mariela. Not my fault. Okay. I'm so sorry that somebody hurt you in life because that is one thing when it comes to like grated parm. That is one thing that I will spend the $11, $12 on.
I will.
That little clear bucket because it makes such a difference. There is a creaminess to it. There's an amazing component. But then again, you and I also shop with different things in mind. I don't have children that are going to eat me at a house and home.
Right.
I mean, I have a Ryan and he will also eat me at a house and home. But so don't get me wrong. I fully understand why you go through that. I was raised on that green bottle. And then when I realized in life, there's actually better things out there. So like for example, I will buy the green bottle sometimes because Ryan will dump fucking half of it on his plate of pasta.
Right.
And so, yeah. So
I will always have it. Right. That's my point. I will always have the bottle. And then if I'm going to make something like special, I'll spring for the good cheese, but I'm not just going to have it all the time. I really won't.
Oh, I put on anything I buy it every week.
Do you really?
Absolutely. I put on any type of pasta, even if it's just regular pasta. I'm just making for just Ryan and I, not even a dinner for people. That's what I use.
Wow. Look at you treating yourself so well.
Listen, I don't treat myself. Well, no, I do treat myself a lot, but when it comes to certain things, I really do stick to budget. But that is the one thing that like, I cringe every time it gets rung up at the register, but
it's good.
It's fucking delicious. Now, I will say though, I have the same feeling with shredded cheese, but I keep that in my home at all times because of sheer convenience.
100%. Right.
And that's just, I prefer cheese from a block, but I don't know about y'all. I don't got fucking time to get my grater out.
Not always.
And start grating it down. And people say there are methods because they do have, chemicals in it to keep it from sticking together.
Mm-hmm.
And they do say soak the cheese in water, things like that to take it out. I don't do that.
I might as well grate it at that point.
Right. I just throw it in whatever I'm using. But I will say though, I always, so cheese is my thing. I love cheeses. And I always keep like really aged cheddar and aged Asiago and things like that. But not everybody's going to do that. But that's just me.
But it's a good thing to have if you're a person who entertains and then you always have cheese in your fridge that you would serve to people and not be embarrassed.
Just let you know, I eat it on my own. So,
I do love a good aged cheddar with the little crystals and all that.
Yeah, the crystal granules in it. Oh, it's so fucking good.
So good. But on the shredded cheese, like, especially if you have a family, you can just make a quesadilla real quick. Yep. You can throw shredded cheese on top of whatever and make it a little bit different. What else can you use shredded cheese on? I just finished using it on something.
You can put it on anything you want. Put it
like literally, you can.
Your pastas, make your
grilled cheeses,
grilled cheeses, put it on whatever you want. I think as much as I have a disdain for shredded cheese, it really is convenient.
There's a place for it.
And I use it. So I guarantee you there's like 2 different types of cheeses open in my refrigerator right now, shredded cheeses. And I just use them throughout the weeks. And they do last quite a while. I mean, cheese lasts pretty long to begin with. So, well, harder cheeses do. But,
so, on that note.
It's like harder cheese.
I'm like a dirty old man. I feel like I'm like John Waters over here. Everything's dirty.
I'm just mimicking you, okay?
I know. Oh shit. Okay. So, these are staples. Another thing I always keep is cream cheese because cream cheese to me is like the versatile baby of all cheeses. You can make it sweet. You can make it salty. You could cook it.
I do keep cream cheeses.
Right? They're so good.
Yeah. I do. Okay. Oh my God. See, but this is one, it's so funny because butter, I always say, but I think as cream cheese has such a usually when you're cooking with it's one of the forefront flavors. Am brand specific with cream cheese.
Same.
I'm not buying crazy expensive cream cheese. I'll buy like Philadelphia cream cheese.
It's not that expensive.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not that expensive, and that's only because I feel when I use it, if I'm making like a frosting with it or I'm making some creamy dish with it, you really do taste it.
Yeah, because it's like raw.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So because of that, I have purchased generic cream cheese before, and I find it to be a little bit off tasting.
Plastic.
Yeah. And honestly, if you look at the price and the difference between that and just something regular like Philadelphia cream cheese, you're only looking at sometimes a 50-cent buck difference,
It's worth it.
And again, I can't reiterate this enough. If you're buying things little by little, you're not going to feel the hit of the money. And we're all on, food is fucking nuts expensive right now.
Expensive. Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Like we need people to, I don't know.
Fix it, Jesus.
Go back to something. I don't know what the hell we got to go back to, but it's insane. But if you're buying little by little, it's not going to hurt. So cream cheese, always in my refrigerator.
Always. And then there's plain Greek yogurt, which is another thing that's super useful. You can have it sweet. It could be a snack. You can put it in a sauce. You can use it in place of sour cream that you like to do.
Yeah.
I like to mix it with sour cream. I always keep sour cream. And I like to mix it, like if I'm making a tuna salad or whatever, I'll put some Greek yogurt and I'll put some sour cream. It lends like a coolness that I think Greek yogurt lacks. But together, they're pretty damn fucking good. And mayo. Let's not forget mayo.
Yeah. Are you brand specific with mayo?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, what is it?
Duke's.
Oh, Duke's is yummy. I
Always
like Duke's a lot.
Yeah.
But if I have like a Duke's mayo that costs almost $9 a bottle.
Yeah, I understand.
Or if I have a Hellman's that's on sale, I'm going to buy that Hellman's.
Absolutely. I think when it comes to like mayo, the reason why I'll spend a couple bucks more for Duke's. And also I think Duke's is also depending where you live, the cost of it and the popularity of it, but mayo lasts forever. And because, I only use mayo in certain recipes, mayo lasts forever in my home. So that's why, I'll be more brand specific with them.
But I love mayo. Honestly, I love to put it in a sandwich, and I like it to be like a lubricant, not like a main flavor. Fuck you.
Who the fuck uses that term for a sandwich? It's like,
yeah, it's perfect term. It adds a little
guys with the sandwich need some lubrication. I mean, you could say moistened, you could say softened, you can say, there are so many other things you can say, but like, what this sandwich needs? Like a dick, some lubrication. So, I mean, like.
It needs like a little slip. And when I think of that, I think of lubricant. Anyway, yes. So I like a good mayo for a sandwich, and everybody in my house enjoys it too, which is kind of fantastic.
See, I don't put mayo on sandwiches either.
What do you put in for slip? Mustard? Honey mustard?
So, one thing I do keep in my refrigerator at all times is Dijon mustard.
Yeah, I love Dijon.
I love a good Dijon mustard.
I'm a little snooty with mustard too. Like I
am snooty with mustard also, but I love a good Dijon. I think I'm snooty with refrigerator things, but not pantry and freezer things.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I'm discovering this about myself right here on Food FAQ. We're having an epiphany together.
You're coming out of the...
Yeah, literally again. So it won't be as bad this time.
You're coming out of the refrigerator.
But yeah, Dijon mustard. I love a good Dijon mustard.
And a pickle, which we argue about, but I like a nice sweet pickle. I think it adds so much to like a salad, like a tuna salad.
Like the bread and butter pickles.
I love them so much.
That's so nasty.
No, so good. And I like the other kind too, but I really prefer a sweet little pickle.
I love a dill pickle or like a garlic pickle.
Because
Do you know what I bought the other day? Which will forever now stay in my refrigerator. And you're gonna probably get really upset that I bought this, but it's so fucking good. And I bought pickled okra.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I love okra.
Mariela. Listen, it was $7 a jar, so I don't know if it's gonna be an every week thing if I'm buying $11 cheese. Okay, it was $7 a jar, but pick one every 2 weeks when I go grocery shopping, which one it is. But I bought it just because I wanted to try it. You and I are so alike in that, where we'll see something and be like, I need to try this.
Totally.
And it was in the aisle getting olives, and I just happened to look up, and I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yum.
And it's, I like okra.
Me
I
too.
know people don't like it because of sliminess of it.
I like it.
I love okra.
Hmm.
And Mariella, this pickled okra. Holy Hannah.
Is it slimy?
No,
Yeah, right. Because it's
because it
probably
was pickled while it was raw.
yeah.
So it is so good.
Ooh, I'm gonna buy that. That sounds yum.
I'll send you a picture of the label.
Mm-hmm.
It is really good. Like it has blown my mind. And I think maybe you'll like it because it's not overly pickled because it's okra's a very thick type of
Sturdy.
vegetable. Yeah, it's the hearty,
Mm-hmm.
vegetable. But guys, if you're not gonna buy $11 cheese that week, buy a $7 pickled okra. It is gonna change your life.
And you know what? That's actually kind of great for a charcuterie board. And like I'm so sick of charcuterie boards, but that would be
Yeah,
like
I'm kind of
nice.
sick. Do you know there's like companies out there now that you go and they make your charcuterie board like for lunch or something like that? Fuck you.
Yeah,
I
fuck
am not
you.
spending like $15-$20 on a lunch and give me fucking cheese and crackers. Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm done. Like I'm done
Like,
with
I don't
charcuterie.
understand. Like, first of all, these are very fly by night companies, just like when you remember like 10 years ago when like cupcakes were like majorly in
Right. They're just
and all these cupcake
capitalizing on
companies
it.
popped up and then they all went out of business.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something on the TikToks and that is, I'm going to show our age. That is, when I saw that, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Again, and when I go to lunch, the times that I don't order at lunch every day from work, because again, you're spending $25-$30. I'm not going to get a fucking charcuterie board.
Stupid. It's stupid.
This is a fad that is going away.
I'm
And
done.
don't get me wrong, I love a good charcuterie board and I will always serve one, but it is a fad going away.
It's bullshit. And I feel like if you want to still make one, you have to keep it exciting. If you're going to invite me over, there better be something on it that I've never had before. Because otherwise, I'm not going to give a shit about it. It's just cheese.
Remember when people started doing like butter boards and cream cheese boards? That was
Ew,
fucking
bro.
stupid.
Fuck is
That was stupid. If you
fucking
did it, I'm
butter.
sorry. That was a stupid trend. We'll forgive you for this one time. Just don't do it again.
Yeah, like the boards are done, guys. Okay, let's put them away. We're fucking done with
I
boards.
do have a beautiful board though, but yeah, we'll put it away. But
Let's figure it out. We gotta like reenact. We gotta make this different.
yes,
Oh, you know what I love to have on hand literally all the time, but specifically in the summer is deli lunch meat. But I like to have it sliced fresh. I don't know if that's like a thing everywhere. Is it?
I mean, it is. I think more and more places are. I was at the grocery store the other day and they had them pre-sliced from the deli, like not the prepackaged, but pre-sliced from the deli. And the only thing I hate about that is I was looking just for some I don't know, like some turkey or chicken, and they all had it in like a pound and a half, and I'm not paying fucking $15 for that. I usually get a half pound.
Thick, and I like it thin.
I like it thin too.
So I will wait in that line and I'll be like, I want the good piece. Don't give me end pieces. Like, I'm going to be that bitch because I want some good, delicious. Like, if you're going to be paying a premium for it, it better be like spot on what I want.
Right.
And I find that I use it. So for me, like some things are maybe like I'm buying a better deli meat, like, than you would buy inside a plastic container in the aisle.
Right.
But for me, another marker of kind of worthiness of buying a product is whether or not I use it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's costing me maybe $4 more, but I'm really enjoying it and I have lots of uses for it and I will consume it.
Right.
I think it's worthy of buying something better.
I agree.
That is something I always have on hand, specifically in the summertime, because you just want to feed the kids a sandwich or whatever. You're on board constantly to have some kind of food. Okay. So fresh things that I think are really good to keep in the fridge: romaine and cucumber. Romaine lasts a lifetime. Cucumber will as well. And they're sturdy little vegetables that you can kind of just keep and eat them along as you go during the week. You can put them in a sandwich. You can eat them in a salad. You can kind of just like snack on them if you want to eat like romaine with like stuff with chicken salad. They're versatile. You'll use them up.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go bad like a bag of spinach. I bought a bag of spinach the other day and I threw away a bag of spinach the other day because I didn't even fucking open it. It's so annoying.
Yep.
So I find romaine, and sometimes I'll even buy the ones that's already like cleaned up for you so that you just have to open the package and eat it straight up, like just the whole leaf. I don't like it cut up. I like the whole leaf. And I find that to be something that is worth my money for them to process it for me so I don't have to do it because then I'll use it more.
Okay. One last thing.
Yeah.
You're going to get upset at this.
Okay.
It's my deep, dark secret. I love pre-shredded iceberg lettuce. I love romaine too.
Oh,
I
me
love spring mix,
too.
but I love the bag of pre-shredded iceberg lettuce because sometimes I just fucking like iceberg and I need it to be really thin and shredded to eat it.
And you can't really replicate it at home. I don't know why, but I
Right.
can't. It's not the
So
same.
I'm just saying you can buy the bag for like 99 cents and then you can take that. I know people are like, it's not as healthy as spinach. Fuck you. So, you take that, put other things in it. You have a really quick salad. And I
You
just
know
love
why
iceberg
we
sometimes.
like it though? Do you know why? Because Public Subs have shredded
Public
lettuce
subs have iceberg lettuce in it. You're
and it's
right.
shredded iceberg, and we
Yeah,
like that in a sandwich because of
I
Public
do.
Subs.
I do.
All right, so these are like, man, I'm really passionate about the fridge too. I didn't realize how
Yeah,
passionate
the
I
fridge
was.
we're pretty passionate about. God. All right. We
All
should
right,
discover
so
something new.
this is your summer stock up for your refrigerator. And also sometimes key, just honorable mention, I like to keep tomatoes on the counter in the summertime.
Yes, we know about this.
And that's kind of like a fridge item, I guess, but whatever. Okay. So these are the things that we're going to use. We're going to give you recipes that go along with our other episodes this week that are in the freezer, pantry, and now the fridge. And we're going to combine these things into like a myriad of different ideas that you can utilize to feed yourself and your family and some friends this entire summer.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Me too. It's going to be a good summer.
I am very excited about our recipes, and I want you guys to share us with a friend, and you guys can cook together and maybe get together and talk about what you're making. And I don't know, I've been thinking a lot about how, like, how families have changed over time, but the kitchen stays the same.
Yeah.
And it's like the cornerstone and the hearth. And I want like to make this show like a place where people remember that,
I think they do. I like that idea.
I'm romanticizing it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave us a review on your favorite podcast player. Listen to us on YouTube. Share us with a friend. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Take care.